Solana versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. What is going to happen over the next 12 months? Is 2024 going to be the year for Sol? My soul almost left my body just saying that sentence. It's time to go around the blockchain. I actually don't even have that much Solana. I sold some today. Thank you for joining, everybody. We got a fantastic panel, 4 awesome guests. We're just going to get right into it. Thinking crypto and the green. What crypto are you thinking about today?
Oh, man, I'm thinking about Render. I'm looking for another leg up, take some profits, but excited to be here.
Always a great time. And we're going to render it over to the next guest here, Jackie Dutton. Jackie, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Deez. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Ready to talk about some Shiba. Also on today, we have Crypto Blood. Crypto Blood, we're going to talk about Shiba. What's your favorite meme coin, though?
Right now, I would go with Shiba. I like Shiba. Shiba's good.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. And then, hey, I like it, that's for sure. And then back in black, it's Matthew Snider. Matt, how are you doing today?
Doing so well, DZ. Thanks again for having me, and great to be here.
Always a great time. All right, let's get into the first story here. Justin Sun withdrew $6 million in SHIB from Binance. If we just share this article real quick, how will SHIB price react? That's right. He didn't just, not 6 million tokens worth $100, $6 million. How many was it in tokens? A casual 577 billion. He had over $500 billion. Yeah, just casual $500 billion in SHIB, as one does here, over $6 million. He's been pulling off some other tokens, $1 million, almost $2 million worth of Link, some Pepe, not even 100K, DYDX, not even 50K. But the big withdrawal from Binance was the $500 billion SHIB. Now, Crypto Blood, before we, talk about this, what this might mean, who is Justin Sun to you? You see Justin Sun making a trade. Is that something to pay attention to, or something that might have been relevant 6 years ago?
Hey, man, Justin Sun is a copy machine to me. That's what he is. None of his ideas are original. And I'm surprised he never created a SHIB on TRX blockchain. I mean, maybe he did, maybe he did. I don't know. But a lot of his ideas are stolen. And I wish that he would just move out the way, because Tron is actually a good blockchain. So kudos to those who are still following and holding on to that TRX. Good blockchain. Just got to get your boy Justin Sun out the way.
Well, some would say Justin Sun is the one propping the price up to the levels we're seeing today. What would happen if he disappeared, Blood?
Long term, like short term, yeah, it would take a dive. But I think long term, it would do fine.
I actually agree that it might take 5 years, maybe even 3 or less. But yeah, I think eventually it would maybe be beneficial in the long run.
We'll get a full moon once Justin Sun leaves.
If you want to look at profitable trades 2021, check out what Justin Sun was doing. All right, now thinking crypto, you see Justin Sun spend millions of dollars on a meme coin. He's getting trillions of them. Does that make you bullish? Does that move the needle for thinking crypto?
No, so I have similar sentiments to Crypto Blood. I don't trust Justin Sun at all. And there are two theories being floated out there, that one, he may be burning some of these tokens, sending them to dead-end wallets, or two, he's building some sort of bridge from Tron to Shibarium. Is that what you call it?
Shibarium. I don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm in agreement with Crypto Blood. Justin Sun needs to disappear. I think he's probably going to be on the list of some of the government authorities going after eventually. He's done some shady stuff in the past, so I don't trust it.
Shaky, Shake and Bake saying to Justin, move out the way, B word, move out the way. Shout out to Mystical, pour one out for him. All right, Matthew, we're going to wrap it up on SHIB here with you. I'm sorry, Jackie. Actually, first, Jackie, you dive into this ecosystem. Meme coins. You're putting out regular meme coin content. People are wondering, it's December. We're looking at the tail end. I don't want to know about 2023's meme coin of the year. Jackie, what to you is the meme coin for 2024?
I don't know if we've even seen it yet. I doubt it's
Mm.
out. I'm sure it'll be something that launches and then within 2 weeks it has this crazy ass rise. So who knows what they'll call it. I think the last bull run that we had, we saw like porn tokens. We saw, what was that? Cum rocket. There was that one. There was that cum
Oh,
emu was another one. We saw a lot of those like very kind of base humor. But I think leading into 2024, and I think the last time I was here, we talked about this a little bit, is because it's the election. I think that will be the next kind of memeable topic that you see come
yeah,
to a
buddy.
lot more meme coins.
I've got me some
So
Trump
as we
coins.
near closer and closer to voting day, I think that's what you're going to see.
Well, Jackie, Crypto Blood brought up, I see a popular project, at least in the comment section. What about Trump? A lot of people are talking about there's several Trump meme coins. I think there's one that's pretty much significantly larger than the others. What are your thoughts on Trump coin, I believe it's called?
I actually will be on their Twitter space tonight with them at 8 p.m.
Oh, look at that. This is not set up, guys. This is not promo for Trump coin.
All right, so Crypto
Jackie,
Blood, you're
what- what-
coincidentally in the same space, right? I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
No?
Crypto Blood, you're going to have to come on the Twitter space.
I'm there. I'm
yeah,
there.
I
He
mean,
probably will be, actually. He's actually one of the very first early supporters of the Trump NFTs, and those things did a
Yes.
10x. So me and
Yeah.
Crypto Blood were actually live the day they came out, and I
sure
think we
were.
kind of
We sure
convinced
were.
ourselves, like,
Yep.
I'm bullish on these. They did a 10x.
Yeah.
We did not.
Yeah.
I didn't put any capital there. I don't know. Crypto Blood.
I did.
We knew we had something there. Oh man,
I didn't
good
sell
job there.
though, but
You know what? That's okay. It's an artifact, right? All right. Now, Matt, I want to ask you about, I talked about 2024. What's the meme coin going to be? We're kind of talking about 2023. Here's the moves. Let's go way back in meme coin land. Way, way back 2 years. Doge. Doge was the top meme coin 2021. Probably still even the most popular through 2022. For 2024, Matt, is Doge dead?
It's ridiculous that we're actually having these conversations, and the fact that a meme token economy is a thing. Quite frankly, like, this is supposed to be an investor space, and people are supposed to be building sustainable wealth for the long term, using digital assets to better their lives. And here we are talking about various breeds of dogs who are emblazoned on a token. I am surprised these tokens have lasted as long as they are, but if it's taught us anything, it's that the market values things, not Matthew Snider. And I think that it has staying power. It's got incredible staying power, and you've got Papa Elon behind it. Who knows if they'll find an integration into X at some point in time, but gotta say, it's amazing to see the staying power of some of these tokens.
Matthew brings up a good point, DZ, about Papa Elon. He's to blame for this bullshit. I'm just be honest.
Well, there's his
with
dog
you.
right there. Yeah, I mean, it is
Elon.
Elon's.
Seriously,
It is Elon's fault.
Elon, it's all Elon's fault. We need a shirt that says Elon's fault because, listen, I was a Doge. I bought Doge when it came out. I was part of the community, right? It was just literally a fun thing to do. But when the richest man, the most well-known man on this earth, he should get a Nobel Peace Prize, by the way. But when he put his hand on Doge, it was over. That's when it all went crazy with the meme coin.
Speaking of Elon, folks, I would never share this on Discover Crypto. I'm only going to share this, and mostly for the guests here and the viewers at home. Elon, probably 99% chance has nothing to do with this, but Grok's first AI coin was made or meme coin made by AI was made in beta, Grok beta. And so they're like, oh, it must be a high-level ex-employee. It's Elon. It's Elon. What's the coin? Should I even say the name?
Flying avocado cat.
Avocado.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I don't know. Watch it go down 90% tomorrow. So just be careful, folks. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin mining, everybody. We share this screen real quick. Marathon Digital. This is probably my favorite mining stock. I think I became really bullish in 2021 when they bought a Canadian power company to get that cheap electricity. I knew they were onto something. Well, they've expanded even more now with a $180 million acquisition. What are they buying? They're buying more mining rigs. And with that, they're going to reduce their mining costs by 30% per coin on the aggregate there. So 2 operational mining sites from Generate Capital and PCB. It looks like they're going to double their hash rate in the next 1.5 to 2 years there. Now, Matt, I'll ask you a serious question here. I don't want to ask you about dog coins all day, although it's more fun. Matt, When it comes to, let's just say for the next 12 months, long term, it's a little bit harder to quantify. For the next 12 months, Matt, are you more bullish on mining Bitcoin or hodling Bitcoin?
Great question. I had the misfortune of rebalancing my portfolio yesterday, taking some Coinbase off the table and putting it into Riot and CLSK. And the reason why Mara has to go do this acquisition is because they're not one of the lowest cost providers in the space. It costs them a lot more to mine Bitcoin than some of their competitors. So it makes a lot of sense for them to do this. I am a huge fan of the picks and shovels and the grocers in this ecosystem. So I will hold both Bitcoin and the people that mine Bitcoin. Also, just a shout out to Bitcoin Depot, which is the full ATM spectrum in this ecosystem. And that's also a publicly traded company as well. So if people are looking for ways in the traditional stock market to participate in the cryptocurrency space, looking at the grocers, the miners, the ATM builders, and the exchanges is definitely a great way to go about it.
All right. And for full reference, I think I still hold, I was looking at my Hood account today. I still hold some Marathon. I might need to diversify in some other Bitcoin mining plays. Hey, diversification is a good thing, folks. All right. Well, thinking crypto, when there's a large portion of the earth, when they're thinking crypto, they think of pollution. They think of these giant mining centers. They think of cobalt and children's, picking up minerals from the earth. Let me just ask you point blank. Is mining Bitcoin destroying Earth?
Oh, absolutely not. There's other things destroying Earth, and we humans, as part of civilization, are doing other things that are way like destroying the Earth than versus Bitcoin mining. And what we're seeing, Bitcoin mining and the nature of Bitcoin, the miners gravitate to cheap energy, renewables, and things that are more efficient because they want to make the most money off of their operations and generating Bitcoin. While other operations, whether it be dirty energy or whatever it is, just continue as is. There's no incentive. So I think Bitcoin, while maybe in the early days there was usage of, let's say, dirty energy, if you want to call it that, there's been a move to more clean energy, renewables, working with the grids and so forth. So I think that narrative is getting thrown out. And I think yesterday I saw the folks at Documenting Bitcoin shared a report from the World Bank where it showed that Bitcoin is working to help improve energy efficiency. So I think the narrative is changing. And I'm bullish on Bitcoin miners. I hold Bitcoin mining company stocks. I've interviewed the CEO of Riot and Marathon as well. And all of these guys are looking for the most efficient way to mine Bitcoin. And they're all prepping for the huge demand in Bitcoin coming from the ETFs and as Bitcoin goes mainstream.
And you talk about huge demand, it doesn't really make sense. Well, how would mining Bitcoin help energy infrastructure? Energy infrastructure, once I heard this, it kind of helped wrap my head around it. Energy infrastructure must have an infrastructure for the highest peak of any given second of the highest given day. And so let's just say, middle of July, middle of 2 p.m., massive sun, your infrastructure must be able to handle that extreme peak. Otherwise, the whole thing fails. But what do you do at 2 a.m. when you're using 2% of that energy? Hey, why don't you mine Bitcoin, and then it helps raise your cap on what your peak could be. All right, now, Jackie, let me say this. I mean, any mining picks, some are token related, some are stock related. I mean, when it comes to that, what are your thoughts? I mean, are there any gems that you know of, or is it better just, maybe buy the asset itself?
I think mining is great if you are able to have access to the technology. I know that Nick Demondi at Hit Network is really knowledgeable about that. He's a great follow on Twitter to kind of dip your feet in if you're interested. The Helium network is very interesting to me. They kind of provide, I think it's cell service. It's like very cheap. It's like $20 a month. And you can either participate by hosting one of their little kind of portal things, or you can just buy the asset. So that's a really interesting pick to me. As far as like a mining token right now, Caspa. Apparently, people who started mining Caspa at the beginning of the year up till now, they're up like over 1,000%. So Caspa is a great pick. But I think overall, you can't beat Bitcoin. You can't argue with it. Riot. on the stock market, and then the influx of ordinals I think is huge, because ordinals are going to really be the bread and butter of all of the Bitcoin miners. The fact that those fees are going to continue to be paid at a higher rate despite the halving coming, I think that's always going to keep Bitcoin in business, basically.
All right, all right. Well, Crypto Blood, on this, topic, I kind of asked you the same question. What do you think for 2024? Is it better to be into Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin hodling?
I would take a hybrid approach, DZ. In
Okay.
a bear market,
Again,
Bitcoin mining.
diversification, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. You got to do it, man. In a bear market, mining is great. Bull market, I would rather buy the actual asset. To the lady's point, though, about miners and ordinals, I think that is going to be a game that's going to come to an end very soon, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're trying to cancel ordinals in the next Big Knots. I think it's called Big Knots update V27. They're going to get rid of those ordinals inscriptions. So I don't know how long that will last for miners, but yeah, I'm not. Overall, bro, the mining game is a tricky one. It's like a rat race, at least on Bitcoin. You forever got to increase your mining hash power by buying new machines. And it's just like that rat race. If you're ready to get into that, do it. But hey, most people, I think I would advise them to just buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you don't continuously re-up your infrastructure, you'll just kind of wake up in 3 years and be like, oh, wait, my rigs don't do anything but waste electricity. Maybe 4 or 5 years before it gets to that point. All right, let's talk about Solana. All right, the big title here, Solana versus ETH and Bitcoin. Who are you choosing at home watching right now? Let's just share the screen real quick. Institutions, lately, they're choosing Solana. Here is how. Well, just to clarify a few points, Bitcoin was having massive... Yeah, well, Bitcoin's having massive amounts of inflows for a long time. They're on a roll since September, but now just the past week, it looks like we're seeing a little bit of a reversal here. So just cut back. Yeah, all right. So $16 million in outflows last week, but meanwhile, it's been all inflows since September, October, November. Now we're in December. Meanwhile, Solana now is on the uptick. Looks like Bitcoin inflows were 20 million just a week ago. Now they're 40 million exiting. So 20 million in this week, 40 million out. Solana, they've been bullish since October, just continuously seeing inflows. In the past week, they got $10 million in inflows. So we got 3 coins, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Thinking crypto, what's the best one for 2024 to hold?
Man, I'm going to go with Bitcoin because the ETF narrative is there. And I think there's a lot of upside. The demand is on the rise. We see Bitwise is launching their ads. There's more to come there. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But don't get me wrong. I am swing trading the hell out of Solana right now. And obviously I got some ETH as well. But, just because of this ETF narrative, I got to go with Bitcoin.
All right. Now, you said swing trading Solana. Crypto Blood, you do a little blood-alytics. I'm actually pulling up TradingView right now. We got to share my screen or your screen if you have it up. So I'm pulling up Solana. This is on the daily chart right now. Let me go ahead and fix the y-axis. There we go. All right, so that's our daily chart. Some would say, hey, looks like it's maybe starting to curve over, but this is, the beginning stages of a bull market. You open that short, that's when it's going to pump another 10%, close you out. What is the blood analytics on Solana looking like?
Yeah, let me pull up my chart for Solana real quick, DZ.
Oh, God. All right. Well,
Windows 95.
Let me lead with this. Solana's done a 7x in the past 12 months. Bitcoin's done a 3x. Cardano's done 2.5x. Solana's outpumped a lot of these tokens.
Law of large numbers, right? Bitcoin is not going to be able to outperform these shit coins. I'm sorry, Solana. At the end of the day, putting emotions aside, I try to be a rational investor. Solana is going to do better than Bitcoin in 2024.
Okay, let's just Ethereum or Solana? Which one are you picking?
Solana is going to do better than Ethereum in 2024. Yeah, okay. The VCs have clearly picked who they want to be the winner. And if Ethereum doesn't get their act together with scaling at the layer 1, they're going to be in trouble because Solana is fastly approaching critical mass. They're gonna catch up to Ethereum if they don't get their act together. L2s won't fix the adoption rate, in my opinion, with Ethereum. So they have to scale at L1, layer 1. And if they can do that, they'll stay ahead of Solana. But if not, that gap is going to close very quickly. I would say in the next year and a half or two.
All right. And I actually, I'm not even kidding. I sold a little, I took some Solana profits, rolled it into ICP. Now I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know now.
Let me just say one last thing. All this is predicated on the next bull run. And if we see the network activity, go higher with Solana back to its all-time highs, and they're able to stay up and not have a blue screen of death like Windows 95, then yes, they will do very well. I'm just not convinced yet, DZ. I'm just not convinced yet. We got to see.
All right, Shake and Bake with the hot take. Windows 95 was the best, most stable Windows OS ever created under Microsoft there. All right.
All right.
I'm looking back. I'm older.
No.
I mean, I used it. It might be. I mean,
you know it. No, it wasn't.
I can't remember. I mean, it was XP sucked. I do remember that. All right. Well, let's see. Jackie, I asked the same
Windows
question
2000,
here,
baby.
I think you'll probably agree, maybe not. Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, what are you holding for 2024 for the whole year?
I mean, in a perfect world, all three. But if I have to pick one to have the most potential, I would say it's Solana. I think it's, kind of the law of large numbers, like that was discussed. I just think people look at Ethereum and they think, oh, well, this is kind of not very affordable. And you look at Bitcoin and you're like, well, if I wanted one whole Bitcoin, that's so expensive. Also, where do we really think Bitcoin is going to go? Do we think it's going to 10x in the next year? 10x from $44,000 a coin? That's pretty unrealistic in my opinion. But Solana's price right now, I mean, I saw today, it was like for $750, you could get 10 Solana, like under $1,000, under half of an ETH. So I just think people are just going to see that number. And this is why the law of the shitcoin thing happens, because people are like, oh, I want to own 5 billion tokens of this dog coin thing. People just like this idea that they own this many coins. So
Yeah.
I see Solana doing better than all of these in terms of, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10x potential.
I think we were all there. I've shared the story. I'll share it one more time. First time I ever opened Coinbase to buy Bitcoin. I've done my research. I'm going to buy Bitcoin. Got the bank link. The money's deposited. I pull it up and I see how cheap XRP is. I'm like, oh, I could buy so many of that. That was like a month ago. No, it was years ago. Whenever you could buy XRP on Coinbase. It was a while ago, folks. So yeah, I mean, there's something about it. In fact, I'm about to make a video like best coins under 2 cents. People just like price targets for whatever reason. All right, now let's see here. Matt, I'm gonna get you involved here. We keep bringing up the 3 coins, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I want to ask you, what do you think the best performer is? I want to ask you, what's the 4th coin that I forgot to mention that should be added to this conversation?
Well, I think you said it as a Cardano. You kind of had that Freudian slip there that you're
Yeah, I
thinking
did.
of
Hang it.
Cardano
Damn it, Freud.
potentially. I think
A cigar
too
is a
that
cigar.
people. It's okay. I think people too are looking at certainly Avalanche. I think this is such an attention economy. This is really where people invest, where there's other hype and where there's other interest. And the fact that we as investors are looking at tokens as X's instead of percentages is like astounding. Oh, you only did 3x, you only did 10x. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
could 3x
Yeah,
my
it's
money.
crazy.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? 3x is fantastic. You can't have Warren Buffett to 20% for 65 years and a 36 million % return.
But hey,
and
Matthew, you
people
gotta
here
understand these people are
Exactly.
putting
He needs to turn
$5 in.
$100
Okay,
into
they're putting $2 in, so they need a 10x, 100x, have something
Well,
substantial.
they're not going to put $2 in Ethereum because $1.80 is going to be eaten up by gas. So that's the other like big problem, right? Is like if you don't have any money to put into this stuff, it's going to be
Yeah.
expensive, like Jackie's saying. So I totally agree that there is a lot of activity that's going on in the space, and people from a performance perspective, you got to hand it to Solana just from especially from a Web3 gaming perspective. If we have the thesis that Web3 gaming is going to be a really critical piece to 2024 in the bull market, cheap, easy, and fast is going to be the winner of this race. And I think you have that with Avalanche, Solana, and to some extent Cardano.
All right. Well, thinking crypto, I want to ask you, kind of about retail again. We keep seeing these L1s. The price keeps increasing. Like I went on, I was going to buy some Bitcoin. I bought the cheaper L1. I remember first time buying ETH. I remember thinking 32 isn't really that difficult. Now I'm like, oh my God, it's, $64,000. So, the price just keeps increasing on these L1s. The next hype cycle, the next retail cycle, say 2024, 2025, are the new investors going to continue to buy L1s, or are they going to be looking for cheaper L2s and other altcoins?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've been thinking about that as well for my own portfolio strategy. And I think, going back to the theme of what we've been talking about, law of large numbers, and folks are going to go for possibly those cheaper tokens, especially as you're seeing more of those L2s pop up and being adopted by brands, right? Let's say it's Polygon and Matic or whatever else is out there. And let's say a Nike adopts it or some cool NFTs built on it. I think you're going to see a gravitational pull towards those L2s because they're cheaper. But the institutional investors, I think, are going to go to Bitcoin and ETH, especially around these ETFs. So, but to your point, retail will probably gravitate to L2s.
All right. Now, thinking crypto, let's see here. I mean, what is the fourth coin? I'll ask everybody. What's the fourth coin you would add? So we got Matt. He's adding Avalanche. I've already kind of slipped up. I'm adding Cardano. Thinking crypto, what's the fourth coin?
Oh man, that's a tough one because I got a bunch of AI tokens that I bought at the bottom that are doing really well, render, fetch, and so forth. But I'm gonna have to go with Cardano, man. I'm gonna join you on that boat. I got to go with Cardano.
All right, Cardano. Jackie, what's the fourth coin missing from this conversation? Oh, you got muted there. Got muted. My boomer eyes, I actually couldn't see it at first.
I would say base. That people are going to use base. They're going to get on and look for these base tokens, just like Binance, the Binance Smart Chain. I think it's going to be harder to use Binance for Americans, and it's going to be easier to use Coinbase. So my pick is base.
All right. Plus a good name, free base jumping, free basing. All right, Matt, what's the fourth? Matt, you're at an Avalanche.
Sure.
No, so like when you're building in StarCraft, you got your base free of the enemies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
video game
Right.
reference there.
basing.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Mine more
the kind that
minerals.
other people that inhabited this building might. Anyways, Crypto Blood, what's the fourth
Yeah.
coin missing from this conversation?
Jackie
Say Ben.
mentioned BNB. BNB. Actually, BNB is I think a sleeper. People need to
Sleeping
stop
Giant,
sleeping on-
right?
Yeah,
let's pull up
BNB
CoinGecko. Let's pull up CoinGecko real
BNB has
quick.
bucked the trend this last week. It's been on a
Steady
on a
number
pretty
4.
good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I
But
will
if I had
say
to pick
this.
something else, I would say Toncoin. I like Toncoin.
Okay.
The Telegram ecosystem actually is another sleeper. People need to really pay attention to that one. So it's done very well this year as well.
All right, let me zoom in here. I'm zooming in on the market cap. So we got Bitcoin near $1 trillion in the market cap. This is Ethereum, $250 billion. Here we have Tether. There's 90 billion Tether floating around. And then we have BNB, 38 billion. But look at the two coins that are close, coming in at 32, XRP, and then Solana at 31. So we might be seeing a new number 4. I mean, BNB has been number 4 for, I want to say every day I've been working here, and I've been here like 3 years almost. So like BNB's been number 4 for what, at least 2-3 years at this point. So all right, we might have a shakeup in the number 4 spot. XRP did it maybe when it pumped to 90 cents, maybe for like a day or something. I don't know. I'll have to look on that. But all right, folks, I think Tyler, it was great. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why we have this show of collabing different opinions. That's what makes the show great. Let's see. You know what? Thinking crypto blood. Actually, crypto blood. You brought the takes. You brought the sound effects. Jackie, thinking crypto. I'm sorry, Matt. I can't choose you. You're just thinking crypto blood. Why don't you just leave us with some parting thoughts? What are you thinking for 2024?
Tyler, I'm not here to interrupt everyone. Sorry, this is not Rice. I'm not Rice. That's my boy, but I'm not Rice. 2023 or 24. I'm sorry. That is going to be the year of the spot Bitcoin ETF narrative, and of course halving. It's going to be a great year. We got to have the plunge protection team come in and pump up the markets for the election coming up. So if we have one, then yes, you will see equities do well and cryptos do well.
Yeah, hopefully we
Get
don't
prepared.
suspend elections like they did in Ukraine this past year. That would be unfortunate. But folks, that's all we got. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Thinking crypto, he just cut his lights off. Why? So he could save electricity and mine more Bitcoin. Everyone's
let me
going to
do
have
that too.
links below in the description. Can we cut my camera while I still talk? And folks, that's all we got time for. It's been a great episode. Please hit that like button on the way out. We're always putting out great content, so we appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Adios.
Lights out.
Ow, I hit my knee.